Hello, everyone. Good day. For today's topic, we will talk about our knees. And before that, allow me to show you a short presentation of the anyo. Now, I want you all to observe how they strike the canes, the firmness, the strength, the agility, the technique on how they weave and show the combat action. Here we go. All right, that was their eyes and all. All right, that was their performance. Very strong as well as well, anyway, let's move forward. Okay, now, Arnis is the national martial arts sport of the Philippines, and it's also known as the Skrima and the Kali. Now, actually, class, Arnis is a combination of different combative styles that is found within the Philippines. Now, we have here a founder who travels around different islands in the Philippines and tries to discover what are the combative skills found in a certain area. And then he come up with the so-called modern Arnis. Now, in the other country, they have karate, they have judo, Muay Thai, but within the Philippines, we have here our very own modern Arnis. This sport emphasizes weapon-based fighting, which is done using the knives, bladed weapons, sticks, and various improvised weapons. It is also includes the hand-to-hand combat, grappling, and weapon disarming methods. So those are the some of the descriptions of Arnis, and you will also learn that in our face-to-face class. Okay, there are some things that you have to know when learning Arnis. First is what we call the pugay. And the pugay, it is actually a curtsy or a gesture where the athletes will perform in sign of respect because the arnis is somewhat very sacred, wherein discipline is very highlighted in this sport. Pugay will be done before and after the combat. Now, the leader will say, handa sa pagpugay, and that's a cue where the apprentice will perform and prepare himself for the salute. So the leader will say, anda sa pagpugay, and everybody is ready to make pugay. He will say, pugay, and the apprentice will say, po, we incorporated with a nod, short nod. And afterwards, and as a paglaban, everybody should be prepared and ready to strike the cane. So again, pugay is a curtsy that will be done before and after the fight. Now let's talk about, we have here the stance or stances. Stance is actually a position of the athletes with equal balance wherein he needs to maintain it while he is striking the canes. Now stances are really important because this is also our base when we exert effort, we exert power, strength when we strike the canes or even blocking. Next is the 6 basic strikes and the 12 basic strikes. So these strikes are actually key points where you can, which you have to identify as a beginner, where are these key points that we can hit for a human body, so that we can be able to defeat the opponent. If you are in a competition, these key points, if you hit that, then definitely it is in your big advantage that you can win the game. So for beginners, the basic strikes are being emphasized because we have to identify which area that we have to target. But if you are in the advanced level, definitely you can just maneuver the keys and hit the specific area of the body. We have now the sinawali, the single and the double sinawali. The sinawali is actually a weaving motion, a combination of the blocking, the striking, so the 6 and the 12. So it's actually a combination of the movement. You can even do the flooring, jumping, depends on your execution. Next, we have here the basic blocking techniques. We have the strikes. Of course, we also need to block the attack of the opponent so we can defend ourselves, especially if we are joining a competition. Blocking is really vital because we don't know how skillful our opponents are, and also we have to protect ourselves. Last one is the anyo. So anyo, the example of this one is the video that I recently showed you, and there are also different types of anyo. Anyo, uh, the anyo isa, where you only use the one stick, or anyo dalawa, where you use 2 sticks. We also have here the synchronized anyo, where 2 or 3 members or athletes will perform the same routine and being synchronized when striking it. So these are some of the things that you have to know in learning these ARNIS sports. Now let's talk about the equipment and the gear. And as an overview, this is how you normally see an athlete wearing a complete gear. Now let's check on the equipments. First, of course, we have here the baston. The baston is also made of rattan sticks. They can call this one as cane as well. And the size and length varies, but most commonly the length of this arnis is about 28 inches. So that's the length of it, 28 inches. And next equipment, we have the headgear. And we also have here the what? Correct. The hand gloves. Next equipment, what we have here, everybody? Correct. Arm guards. Next, we have here the leg guard. And another one, to protect our groin, we have here the groin protector. And lastly, we have the what? Everyone, sabay-sabay. Body armor. Correct. All right, so these are the equipment and gear in doing the ARNIS sports. Next, let's identify what are the basic stances. First, we have, okay, also remember that always starts and end with a curtsy or pugay. So that's what I have mentioned earlier. So the ready position, handa sa pagpugay, handa. Everybody will say handa, and then the leader will say pugay, and then you have to perform the pugay saying po with matching short nod. We have now the attention stance, the open and the closed attention stance. Things you need to remember in holding the arnis, proper gripping is really vital because we don't want our arnis to fall out once our opponent strikes our cane or once we block. So we have to use a proper gripping, and it should be firm to avoid fallout or some it will go into our faces and have some injury, so we don't want that. Forward stance. So this is the position of the forward stance. Next is the oblique stance. Now, when we talk about obliques, it is actually in between a certain direction. So, example, the front, and you have your front, you have your back, you have your right, and you have your left. Now, in between the right and the front is that is the oblique. So the front and the front and right, in between that, that is called oblique. So if we have the front, the right, so the oblique is called front right. So if our front and the left in between, we call it front left. Same with the back, back and the right arm, so that's back right, and then back and the left, so that's back left. Straddle stance, so it's an open leg stance, maintaining your center of equilibrium and the weight, the balance, so you will not fall down. Next is the side stance, right or left side stance. The back stance, where our weights are on the back, so we can control the attack, and if we are being if you block it, so that's the stance. Now allow me to show you some short clip on how to perform some of the stances. Here we go.
Okay, so next what we're going to do is the basic stances. First is the straddle stance. Take note that your weight is at the middle. Then the side stance. Your weight is at the side. And make sure to maintain your balance. The third basic stance is the oblique stance. Slightly tilt your body 45 degrees to the side. Then the forward stance, your weight is at the front of your foot. Then we have the back stance. Again, your weight is at the back of your leg. Make sure that you maintain your balance while doing the activity.
Alright, so that was some of the basic stances. Now, allow me to show you the pugay.
The first thing that we are going to do is the pugay. So the pugay is a sign of respect when you are starting or ending an activity in ARNIS. We will start with an on-guard pose. Then when the leader will say, "Handa sa pagpugay," you put your right hand on your chest. Then when the leader will say pugay, your response is po with a nod. Here is an example. Okay, so when you say handa sa pagpugay, pugay, po. Right. So now we have here in doble baston. So this is an example in doble baston. Again, handa sa pagpugay, pugay, po.
Okay, so that was the pugay. Okay. ARNIS sticks warm-up drills. So when we talk about drills, if you still remember your GPE 2 and GPE 1, drills are short movement or short exercises that will regulate the movements of your joints, arms, lower and upper extremities for a good mobility. Okay, so we have here vertical arm swings so that you can have a proper gripping and you will not encounter any problem on your wrist while you are striking the canes to the opponent. So it really requires power and strength. So to make our movement more mobile, then we have to perform some warm-up drills. We have here the vertical arm swings, horizontal arm swings, forward flicks, sideward flicks, downward flicks, upward flicks, center grip rotations, front, center grip rotations, side, center grip rotation above, center grip rotation crossed arms, stick twirls, and lastly, alternate twirls. Sir, ang dami naman yan. Hindi namin alam yan, sir. Okay, so hindi nyo alam yan, Zayaw. Ay, kaguulyot. Okay, I will show you a video on how to perform these warm-up drills. So here we go. The vertical arm swing, horizontal arm swings, the forward flicks, sideward flicks, the downward flicks, the upward flicks, the center grip rotation front, the center grip rotation side, the center grip rotation above, the center grip rotation crossed arms, the stick twirls, and the alternate twirls. And that is the warm-up drills in playing ARNIS. And of course, please welcome the founder of ARNIS, Remy Amador Presas. Ayan, ang pogi ni ang kwal. Charis. Anyway, so this person, Sir Remy Amador Presas, is the founder of ARNIS, and he is the one who dedicated himself to pursue his passion. So, and after on his legal age, he travels and travels so within the Philippine Islands and discover what are the different combative skills, combative styles pala, sorry. And then he come up with the modern ARNIS, which we practice nowadays. So anyway, this guy right here is our founder, Remy Amador Presas. Once again, give it up for Amador. Okay, let's move on with the 12 basic strikes. Now, these are the key points where we need to hit our opponent. It's numbered. Again, observe that. Okay, and let us identify these key points. Okay. Now, remember, this is our opponent, okay? So, their left side is our right side. So, number one is the left temple of our opponent, okay? Imagine that you are on a face-to-face combat with your opponent. So their left side is our right side. So point one is the left temple. Point two is the right temple. Point three is the left arm. Point four is the right arm. Five is the abdomen. And six is the left chest. Seven is the right chest. And the eight is the right leg. 9 will be the left leg. 11 will be, sorry. 10 will be the left eye. And 11 will be the right eye. And 12 is the head or the crown. So, yan yung mga areas kung asan natin i-hit ang opponent natin. Baston, anyo, isa. The first stick form, baston meaning stick. Anyo meaning form. Isa meaning one or first in Tagalog. First in Tagalog? Sorry, isa in Tagalog. Now, allow me to show you a presentation of anyo. So, please observe. Ayan, so that was the anyo performance. So for the summary of links used, so these are the links that you can also utilize and also watch for other references. And thank you so much for listening. I hope you have learned something. Have a great day and class dismissed. Bye.